Good morning, students. Till now, in this chapter, we have seen what is sound, how is it produced, it needs a material medium for its propagation, and the speed of sound is different in different medium. It is not just sufficient to have a vibrating body and a medium for the propagation of sound energy. There must be some apparatus which must carry sound vibrations to the brain in the form of electrical impulses. This is precisely the function of a human ear. Our ear is a kind of device which helps us to hear sounds produced around us. A human ear consists of three parts: outer ear or external ear, middle ear and inner ear. First we'll see outer ear. It consists of a flap-like structure called pinna. It is further connected to ear canal, at the end of which is a circular membrane called eardrum. The pinna collects the sound waves and then directs them through ear canal. The sound waves on striking the eardrum makes it vibrate exactly the same way as the given sound emitting object is vibrating. Then is the middle ear. It consists of a chain of three bones which on one side are connected to eardrum and on the other side to the inner ear. When the eardrum vibrates, the bone in the middle ear start vibrating. In a way, the bones help in magnifying the vibrations of the eardrum. A tube connects the middle ear to the throat and commonly called a ear canal. The ear canal helps in regulating the pressure of air on both sides of eardrum and protect it from sudden change in the atmospheric pressure. Inner ear. The inner ear consists of two parts, cochlea and semicircular canals filled with a fluid. Cochlea is a spiral tube lined with sensory receptors which are connected to the sensory nerves. The sensory nerve is connected to brain. When the vibration amplified by the middle ear enters the cochlea, the fluid in it starts vibrating. These vibrations are picked by sensory receptors and then converted into electrical signals. The electrical signals then travel through the sensory nerve to the brain. It is ultimately the brain which, on receiving the electrical signal, interprets the sound. We hear a variety of sounds produced by different vibrating objects. We can easily make out the difference between the sound of sitar and that of a veena. The sound of a girl is generally shrill as compared to sound of a boy. The different object produces different sound because either they have different loudness or different pitch or both. Now let us see what is loudness. Loudness is the characteristic of a sound which distinguishes a feeble sound from a loud sound of same frequency. The loudness depends upon the amplitude of a vibrating body. That means the more the amplitude, the more is the loudness. Pitch. The voice of a woman is more shrill than that of a man. The sound produced by a flute is more shrill than sound produced by a tabla or a drum. A shrill sound is called high pitched sound, whereas a soft or less shrill sound is called low pitched sound. So, what is pitch? Well, pitch is the effect produced in the ear due to the sound of some particular frequency. Pitch depends upon the frequency of a vibrating body. That means the higher the pitch, the more is the frequency, and the lower the pitch, the less is the frequency. Although it is true that all vibrating bodies produce sound waves, can we hear all of them? No, because our ears are sensitive to a range of frequencies, that is 20 Hz to 20 kHz. This range is called the audible range and the sound is called audible sound or sonic sound. Sounds of frequencies less than or higher than this range cannot be detected by humans. Such sounds are called inaudible sounds. The sound of frequencies less than about 20 Hz is called infrasonic or subsonic sound, whereas the sound of frequencies higher than 20 kHz is called ultrasonic sound. Ultrasonic sounds are produced by dolphin, bat, moth, etc. Rhinoceros, whales and elephants produces sounds in infrasonic range. Ultrasonic waves have higher frequency than 20 kHz, so we cannot hear ultrasonic waves, but we apply them in various technologies, such as they are widely used in medical applications for diagnostic tools and treatment, such as they are used to study the growth of fetus in the uterus of women. They are used to break up kidney stone or promote healing in biological tissues. They are also used for homogenizing milk. They are used to detect flaws in metals and various structures. The most important use of ultrasonic wave is in sonar for detecting the presence of submarines, icebergs, sunken ships, etc. Sonar here stands for sound navigation and ranging. The ultrasonic waves are sent from a transmitter and a receiver collects the reflected sound. Knowing the time taken for the sound to return and the velocity of sound in water helps us to find the depth of the ocean floor.